Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us for KATU News at 11. I'm Barry Mangold. We have a lot of big stories that we're covering for you tonight. New developments in the ongoing legal battle surrounding the National Guard deployment to Portland. We're going to be hearing from a legal expert on the decisions that could be coming down next week. Plus, the Blazers back on the hardwood, taking on the Golden State Warriors. How the team and fans are all reacting to the ongoing investigation into head coach Chauncey Billups. We're going to get to all that in just a minute. First, though, we got to get to Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Dave Selesky. We are under a Storm Tracker 2 weather alert with a lot of rain heading our way, Dave.
Yeah, a lot of rain already today, Barry, and a lot more coming throughout the entire weekend. So let's kind of look at the rainfall amounts we've seen in the last 24 hours. Here in Portland, almost 0.6 of an inch of rain, 5,700 to be exact. But look at just across the river over in Vancouver. Pearson Field, they picked up 8,900, almost 0.9 of an inch of rain, almost 2 inches of rain last 24 hours over on the coast of Astoria, 1.46 for Tillamook. Here you have Salem at 2/3 of an inch of rain, 6,600 of an inch. Meanwhile, further down I-5, paltry by comparison, just 600ths in the Eugene area. So most of this system was focused in northwestern Oregon and southwestern Washington. First band of rains moved on through. We've had some showers throughout the evening hours. Things are kind of winding down right now, but more rain is on the way. A lot more rain is on the way for tomorrow on Saturday, along with some fairly gusty winds. Now, out there right now, we have partly to mostly cloudy skies from our touch mark in the West Hills camera. It is dry for the moment at 48 degrees. Meanwhile, in the gorge at Hood River, overcast skies, dry currently in 52 degrees. And again, watches mornings, it's lit up like a Christmas tree. Beginning tomorrow morning, now through Monday, we have a winter weather advisory for the Cascades for heavy snow there, as low as 3,500 feet. So all the mountain passes are going to be covered with snow by the end of the weekend. So difficult driving conditions over the mountain passes. Beginning tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock through 11 p.m. tomorrow. Along the I-5 corridor, we have a wind advisory, and on the coast and up into parts of the coast range now, a high wind warning, where wind gusts along the Oregon coast by tomorrow could be approaching 60 miles an hour. I'll have all the forecasts, Barry, and kind of figure out when things may begin to wind down after this in about 10 minutes. Back over to you.
All right, we'll check in with you soon, Dave. Thank you very much. Now we want to turn to a major development in the ongoing legal battle surrounding the National Guard deployment to Portland. Today, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals effectively delayed any troop deployment until at least Tuesday. The Ninth Circuit is currently considering whether to reconsider a previous order that came down from the court this past Monday. That order sided with the Trump administration and paved the way for hundreds of troops to be deployed to Portland. But now, the Ninth Circuit might review that decision again. While the court decides what to do, the order in favor of the federal government is paused. Meanwhile, the trial in the district court case is expected to start on Wednesday. So next week is going to be a big week for both the federal district court case and the one playing out in the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. Tung Yin, a law professor at Lewis and Clark, told me about the novelty of having active cases in both courts at once.
What can folks expect next week, do you think?
I have no idea, because this whole issue about things going on in the trial court and still proceeding on the regular, well, on a very expedited litigation schedule while things are also going on in the Ninth Circuit is just, I mean, I can't warrant that it's never happened before, but certainly it's not anything I remember. I certainly did not see it when I was clerking either at the district court level or for a Ninth Circuit judge.
Important to keep in mind here that if the Ninth Circuit decides to reconsider that first order, that would further delay any troop deployment. We expect to find out by Tuesday at 5 p.m. And you can count on KATU for continuing coverage of the National Guard deployment and its legal battle. Find all of our coverage, including extended interviews, on our YouTube channel or the KATU News app. Also tonight, we are continuing to follow the biggest story in the sports world, the arrest of Portland Trailblazer head coach Chauncey Billups. Let's catch you up on everything that's happened in the last 36 hours. Yesterday morning, Billups was arrested by the FBI at his home in Lake Oswego. He's accused of being part of an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. He is charged with wire fraud conspiracy and money laundering conspiracy. Following the arrest, the NBA immediately put him on leave. Lastly, Tiago Splitter is now the interim head coach of the Blazers. Tonight, we are hearing from Tiago Splitter for the first time. KATU's Victor Park joins us live from the Rose Quarter, where thousands of fans watched the Trailblazers play earlier tonight. Victor.
Good evening, Barry. The scandal was certainly in the back of the fans' minds, but make no mistake, they came out fired up to support their Portland Trailblazers. Thousands of Trailblazer fans flocking to Moda Center one day after the arrest of head coach Chauncey Billups.
I think it's really unfortunate that the scandal happened.
All of that drama and those issues aside, we're just here to have fun and have a good night and watch some professional basketball.
Some bracing the fierce rain and wind. While inside the arena, Thiago Splitter making his debut as interim head coach.
I wasn't expecting for sure, but like I said, I have to be ready. I was ready. I am ready.
Splitter later pressed on Billups' impact on players.
We all had great experience with Chauncey and how he coached. And, we are thinking of him and his family. But we got a job to do.
When asked how the change could affect the team, Splitter responded,
I don't think it's going to change much. We have a plan like 2 months ago. We're going to keep over our plan.
The 40-year-old spent 7 seasons with the NBA, winning a championship with the San Antonio Spurs in 2014. Friday night, Splitter picking up his first win under his new role, only fueling optimistic fans.
Maybe that's an opportunity for new leadership to come in and rebuild the team. I think we just have to trust the new coach.
Yeah, certainly that energy boosted the morale here, but it's unclear what plans the team and the league hopes to take in the coming weeks or so as Billups remains sidelined. But in the meantime, the team will head to Southern California this weekend to play against the Clippers and the Lakers. We're live here at the Rose Quarter. I'm Victor Park, KATU News.
All right, Victor, thank you. Billups is scheduled to appear at the federal courthouse in Brooklyn 1 month from today on November 24th. Be sure to stick with KATU as we continue to follow the developing case.
It's traumatizing, it's traumatizing for the kids again because it was right there near the school, and it's traumatizing for the families.
A Gresham neighborhood on edge tonight after an early morning ICE operation. Witnesses tell us more than a dozen vehicles arrived at Carrington Square apartment complex around 6 o'clock this morning, breaking into at least 2 apartments, allegedly targeting at least 2 individuals. The neighboring Rockwood Preparatory School closed today as a result. KATU's Jennifer Singh joins us from the live desk tonight with more on what we know about this operation and how neighbors are growing increasingly wary. Jen?
Yeah, Barry, this all took place at the Carrington Square apartments in the Rockwood neighborhood of Gresham. The operation left at least 2 units with significant damage and nearly all residents shaken up. Now, this comes as Gresham residents say they've seen an increasing number of unidentified agents around the area, some fearing for their neighbors more and more each day.
What y'all out here for?
Tense moments caught on camera early Friday morning when tens of federal officers surrounded a Gresham apartment complex conducting what's being coined as an ICE operation.
It's an active investigation.
Sometime around 6 a.m., officers showed up to the Carrington Square apartments in Rockwood, telling residents they were serving a search warrant. The operation also causing the neighboring Rockwood Preparatory Academy to close Friday.
The people from ICE were saying that there was an open investigation that no one can pass, and they wouldn't say anything else.
Priscilla Mazora, a resident of the apartment complex, showing us the aftermath of the operation. At least 2 doors blown off the hinges, damages to hallway walls, and at least 1 apartment left scattered.
They turned this upside down, and I didn't even go into the rooms. They took 3 people from this apartment upstairs, and then they also took elderly lady from the other side of the apartment.
One Gresham resident who saw the situation unfold but did not want to be identified, calling the operation a waste of resources.
It's just a waste of taxpayer dollars to be having that many amount of agents for a couple of apartments that they were going through and the vehicles that they were going through.
In a post to social media Friday, State Representative Ricky Ruiz confirmed the ICE operation in Rockwood, warning Gresham residents should expect to see more of these operations in the coming weeks.
I just feel like it's really sad, and very concerning because now families have to really watch their back, and having to live like that in fear is just not something that anybody wants to experience.
Now, it's still unclear exactly what officers were investigating and what agencies were involved, as well as how many people, if any, were taken into custody. I reached out to ICE and the Department of Homeland Security and was referred to the Drug Enforcement Agency. I'm still waiting on a response from them. At the live desk tonight, Jennifer Singh, KATU News.
Jennifer, good information. Thank you for that. And tonight, Clackamas County deputies are calling on the community to help as they investigate the murder of an Oregon City woman. Detectives believe Jennifer Stewart's boyfriend, William Blake, killed her during an argument at their home back in August. Today, Blake was arraigned on second-degree murder and abuse of a corpse charges. Blake's 15-year-old son also arrested, accused of abuse of a corpse and tampering with evidence. Investigators say that they believe he helped his father move Stewart's remains, which were found in the Mount Hood National Forest back in September. Detectives are looking for Blake's 17-year-old son, Austin Blake. However, it remains unclear why they're looking for him specifically. Authorities also want help locating this truck. It's a 2002 red and gray Chevy Avalanche with Texas plates numbered TFN 3197. If you have any information about where Austin or the truck might be, call Clackamas County deputies. We have more to come here on KATU News at 11. The future of SNAP benefits remain unclear. How the government shutdown could impact next month's resources for thousands of families here. That's next.